One of the easiest tricks to solving this MIT integration B question is to convert this into a double integral. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. This is a very interesting method to solving this integral. So I'm going to rewrite this integral as an integral from 0 to infinity of e to the negative 2x and then sine of 3x, right? And then this all over x, I'm going to write it as 1 over x here and then dx, right? So if we look to the right, if we look here, this integral from 0 to infinity of e to the negative tx dt evaluated to 1 over x. So the differential operator here is dt, right? So it means x here is a constant. So if we are integrating this integral, that is going to be, you differentiate with respect to t and you divide, that is going to be negative x, then you divide negative 1 over x e to the negative tx, then you take the limits of integration from 0 to infinity, right? So this is negative 1 over x, then you plug in your limits of integration. When you plug in infinity, that is going to give you 0, and when you plug in 0, that is going to give you 1. So this integral evaluates to just 1 over x. So this integral with respect to dt is evaluating to 1 over x. So what that means is that if I come back to my original integral, the integral from 0 to infinity of e to the negative 2x and then sine of 3x, in place of 1 over x, I am going to replace that with this integral. So instead of writing 1 over x, I'm going to replace it with the integral from 0 to infinity of e to the negative tx dt, because this integral is evaluating to 1 over x. And all this is multiplied by our differential operator dx. So we're just going to multiply this one by dx. So our integral has now been converted into a double integral, right? Interesting. Now stick with me. So this is the integral from 0 to infinity, the integral from 0 to infinity, one for dx and one for dt. Let's gather like terms. E to the negative 2x times e to the negative tx, and then sine of 3x dx, and then dt. So I'm going to integrate first with respect to x and then later on with respect to t. So I'm grouping this one like this. Let's combine this using the laws of indices, shall we? So this is the integral from 0 to infinity for dt, and then the integral from 0 to infinity of e to the, if we are combining this using the laws of indices, you can factorize negative out because it's common, and we are summing the exponents. So that is going to be t plus 2, and you factorize x out common. And then sine of 3x dx and dt. So we are integrating with respect to x first and then with respect to t later on. So now let's compare this one to the Laplace transforms. So the Laplace transform of a function f of x, this one can be written as the integral from 0 to infinity of e to the negative sx multiplied by the function f of x and then dx. This is the Laplace transform of the function f of x. So if you are comparing the Laplace transform of the function f of x to this integral with respect to x, we can see that our integral is just the Laplace transform of the function sine of 3x. So this is the integral from 0 to infinity. And now comparing this one to the Laplace transform, we can see that this is the Laplace transform of the function sine of 3x, like this. But this is evaluated at s equal to t plus 2. We can see that s here, negative s and negative t plus 2, s is just equal to t plus 2 if you are comparing it to the Laplace transform. And then dt, right? Now this is what we have. Now what is the Laplace transform of the sine of 3x? I'm going to write the general formula here. So the Laplace transform of the sine of ax, this one is the same as a all over a squared plus s squared. This is the Laplace transform of the function sine of ax. So we are now going to find a Laplace transform of the function sine of 3x. So a here is equal to 3. So the Laplace transform of the sine of 3x is going to be a is 3, so that is going to be 3 all over 3 squared, which is 9, plus s squared. And this is evaluated at s equal to t plus 2. and then dt. Now let's plug in the value for s, which is t plus 2. We have the integral from 0 to infinity of 3 all over 9 plus s squared. S is t plus 2, and then you square that, and then dt. So 3 is a constant. It comes in front of the integral from 0 to infinity of 1 all over t plus 2 squared plus 9. 9 can be written as 3 squared dt. Now we are now going to compare this one to the arctan integral. So the arctan integral, so the integral of 1 all over x plus a all squared plus b squared dx. This one can be solved by 1 all over b, then the arctan of x plus a all over b as the constant of integration, because it's an indefinite integral. So now we are now going to use this to solve this integral. So let's do that. So I is going to be equal to 3. Then solving the integral, we have 1 all over b. B here is 3. And then the arctan of x plus a. X plus a here is t plus 2 all over b. B is 3. Take the limits of integration from 0 to infinity. See that this has become very simple. So 3 cancels 3, and now you are left with the tan inverse of t plus 2 all over 3. The limits of integration from 0 to infinity. Now let's plug in the limit, shall we? So just plug in the limit. So the limit as t approaches infinity of the tan inverse of t plus 2 all over 3 minus plugging in 0, that is going to be the tan inverse of 0 plus 2 over 3. So this is the limit. So as t is approaching infinity, t plus 2 is going to be approaching infinity, and infinity over 3 is going to be approaching infinity. So that is going to be, so this is going to be approaching infinity as t is approaching infinity. So, and the tan inverse of infinity is pi over 2, which is 90, minus the tan inverse of 0 plus 2 over 3 is the tan inverse of 2 over 3. So this is the answer to our integral. But to simplify this one further, we know that the tan inverse of a over b plus the tan inverse of b over a, this one sums to 90, which is pi over 2, right? So that means that the tan inverse of a over b minus pi over 2. Pi over 2 minus the tan inverse. So pi over 2 minus the tan inverse of a over b is the same as the tan inverse of b over a. So this is what we have. So pi over 2 minus the tan inverse of 2 over 3. This one is the same as the tan inverse of 3 over 2. That is using this identity here. So tan inverse of 3 over 2 is the answer to this integral. So this integral is very simple. When you realize that you have to convert this one into a double integral and use the Laplace transform. So this is the tan inverse of 3 over 2 as the answer to this beautiful MIT integration B question. So that is how I can solve this integral. Please, if you have an alternative version to solving this integral, please leave a comment in the comment section and let's get talking. I thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to Calculus Diaries and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.